Hi everybody, Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine physician. America and the world right now is breathing a huge sigh of relief as we're seeing those COVID peaks that we were at in November, December, beginning of January show dramatic declines, number of hospitalizations and cases. That's really good news. Fingers crossed, the light at the end of the COVID pandemic tunnel. I'm sure that over the next few months, with any luck, we will be able to resume some semblance of normalcy gradually. But I also know that over the next year or two, we will look back and we'll think about what we did right and more than likely what we did wrong during our pandemic response. I can picture it now, a future 60 Minutes episode. Katie Couric pops up on the screen. She introduces the show with the following 3 segments. Number 1, school closures. Millions of children have gone without an education for a significant amount of time, and this is despite overwhelming scientific evidence that schools are safe. And what's worse is this has disproportionately affected children from poorer backgrounds. In some cases, irreversible losses to their education, and it's still going on as of today, February 23rd, 2021. Teachers' unions have used decades-old tactics to push agendas which frequently have nothing to do with COVID, while millions of children suffer. This is an abomination. Number 2, targeting the most vulnerable in society. We've known since the very beginning of the pandemic the groups of people who are more likely to get severely affected by COVID. A virus with an 80 to 90% estimated asymptomatic rate ruthlessly targets the frail in society. We've had a shotgun-like approach, and as a society, we've probably spent 10 times the effort and resources on closing schools and colleges than we have on protecting the older people in elderly living communities and especially nursing homes. We should have had a smarter, more targeted and focused response since the early days of the pandemic. Number 3, listening to a more diverse range of expert opinions. Particularly at the beginning of the pandemic, Dr. Anthony Fauci was the sole voice of the pandemic response. I don't doubt his amazing academic credentials and glittering research career, but come on, even if you're having a simple skin cyst removed, you ask for a second opinion. It's the smart and wise thing to do. Dr. Fauci led a pandemic response and was frequently wrong in his initial projections. And remember, back in March of last year, he said masks were not necessary, and within a month he'd done a complete 180 on this. We should have had a range of doctors and scientists coming to a consensus, because this is what science is all about. There's been far too much collateral damage from sole expert voices, and this shouldn't have been the case. There you go then. Look out for that on a future 60-minute episode in 1, 2, 3 years' time, focusing on all that we did wrong during the COVID pandemic response. Appreciate you listening. Dr. Suneel Dhand. Follow me, MedStroke Lifestyle Medicine, on Facebook and YouTube. I will see you next time.